Hi, welcome to the garden. Today we're going to be talking kind of the middle part of the container garden and going over it. Here's where we got the goat trough that we planted the peppers in. I was thinking they was too close, but honestly they, seem to have been okay. They're making some good peppers, need to be picked. So far so good. Now the one that's in the middle is not quite as big as the others, so that does kind of get to be a problem. I had some fire ants in it, and what I did, I put the poison around the outside of it, so that way it wasn't contaminating this part of it. And it took a while, but it did finally give it. Now there is a fire ant poison, come and get it, that I know I bought it from Hoss Tools before. I know another guy bought it also. It works really well. The only thing about it is the bait, and almost all your baits, whenever you open up the bag, it starts deteriorating. So when you open the bag, you're best off to go ahead and use it. You also want to do it on a day where it's going to be 2 or 3 days in which you don't have any rain, because the rain will, destroy the bait. So it won't work. So you want at least to have 2 or 3 days where the ants can get in there. Nice sunny days where they're working. You're actually probably best off to put it out in the afternoon so the ants got plenty of time to take it back to their lair. Here's one of the blueberries that need to be put into bigger pots. This one over here, it's a rabbit eye blueberry, and let me see what kind it is. It's called Premier, and like I say, it's really need to be put into a bigger deal. Meyer lemon is over here. It's in a really bad pot, really bad potting soil. It has been in bad potting soil for a number of years, and yet it still looks nice. It is on its own roots. Funny thing is, I was at a store today, a big box store, and I seen one that had the Meyer's lemon, and they was in pots about this size here, and I thought, well, I don't need one, but I just kind of thought, they look pretty good, and I seen it was on their own roots, and I thought, well, that's good, because that way if it freezes, if you plant it in the ground, it freezes back to the ground, a lot of times you sprout back out, and you still got a Meyer's lemon because it's on its own roots. And then I saw it was $54. I thought, seriously? But I did think they had 25% off on the plant, so I guess they got a little bit cheaper. But things have really went up, because used to that size plant would cost you around $25 or so. Here's the mints. Now somebody forgot to water that mint yesterday, because I noticed. So that's what they look like when they missed the watering. I forget one of them. I forget what kind they are. This here is the Okinawa spinach, and it makes a good substitute if you want to put on for lettuce, if you want to put it on a sandwich or whatever. It's not as good if you're making a salad out of it, but we like it as the greens to put on that, or if you want to add some to your salad. And it works really well, and it loves the heat. I mean, it is well, it's Okinawa, so that's where it comes from. But it does really well. So if you want something kind of it's not really a lettuce substitute, but it is a green that you can grow in the summertime, and that's just fine. Here's the oregano. This is called chamber bitters, and it is really a pain. It's always getting everywhere. If we come around here, this is one of our basils here. Now basil will come back from the seeds real easy. This had basil growing up in it, had a couple of them survive. They fell down, and they're coming up. But basils also cross-pollinate, so when you do that, you're not sure which kind you got. Here's the peppers. I have put these peppers in and put these trays in there so they get plenty of water. Here's stevia. Think of the name. This is the stevia sweetener that you can use for it. Over here is the golden oregano, and as I said before, it's got kind of a golden color to it. These are my new ones that I bought this past fall, and another guavas, and this is pineapple guava, and I've got 2 of them. And then this one over here, and I could put these in the ground. They should survive our winter. They say they can get down to the low teens, maybe even single digits, possibly. Every freeze is different, so some freezes they may make it at 9 degrees. Others, it might kill them at 12. You just don't know. This here is a strawberry guava. It's down, I think, down to 25 degrees, so I can keep it in a pot. And it has made you know, it's got a bunch of guava on it this year. And this is the first year I had growing them. I just potted it up earlier this spring, and it's doing really well. So the only thing, I don't know if I like these or not. I do got the Grumachamba, and I've gave up on it, but it's coming out again, but I still gave up on it. So if anybody wants that, I'll give it to them. I've had it a number of years, never got any fruit off of it, and basically I just pulled it up and said, okay, that's it. And it started coming up again. This here's my lychee tree. It was one I was trying to help pollinate the other tree. It did have some blooms on it. I don't think they really bloomed at the same time though, so that's kind of a problem. Going over here is my citruses, and just a Shiranami, and it's the one that's like the sumo citrus tree. And more of that Chambers bitters. And if you notice, if you notice when I'm pulling these weeds up, you go down a little bit, there's not a whole lot of water. We got some rain today, but in the pots, it doesn't get near as deep because it's dry just a little bit down there. So we're still gonna have to water these. So, you know, sometimes you think, hey, I got an inch of rain. Well, an inch of rain don't go very far in these pots. Here is one of the pomelos. Orbura pomelo. I think he actually got one on it. So, okay. Now, some people's going to say, should I leave them on there? They're in the pots. You know, it should be able to handle that fruit, okay? Now they get really big, so I might regret it later, but I tend not to take the fruit off unless it's got an abundance of fruit on it, and which is going to end up breaking the tree. And I guess I keep going over here. Here's some of the garlic chives, and I separate those out, and they're growing really well. They're really nice. Then we got over here, you stay over there. This is another one of the same sumo type. And then over here is the N33 navel orange. It is not very cold tolerant. This over here, I forget which one this is. One bad thing about these putting these blackberries in a 1 gallon pot is I forgot to water it one day, and then you get all this damage on it because it got too dry. It should taste okay, but I don't think a 1 gallon pot is good. And in fact, it just doesn't give you enough buffer.
5 gallons.
Huh?
5 gallons.
5 gallon pot. Yeah, 5 gallon pot just isn't big enough. It should be in these bigger pots. So, but you kind of experiment. Here's where I had some onions, so I planted the pepper in that. Just planting one. I don't know if that's good or bad. The Valencia orange, it's got several oranges on it. Last year it was not very good. It didn't set very many. It only set one, but it was a really small tree. So this year, hopefully, it'll redeem itself. Over here is the Jiu-Jitsu lemonade tree, and it's got several on it this year. I mean, it's got them all over. And they get really big, so it's really set heavy. And I also got the really big tree out back. I'll have more of these lemons than I know what to do with. The good thing about this lemon tree is it's crossed. Now, the story goes it's crossed with an orange. There's some people's debating that, so I don't know if they do the genetic test. They're not really sure, but that's kind of the story, because you can actually take this lemon and eat it just like you would an orange. It doesn't have any of the tartness that a lemon does. So now the skin on it's pretty thick, you know, in the individual segments, the membrane. So my wife likes to take that skin off and peel it back and then eat just the flesh in the middle. But you don't have to put any sugar on it. You can just eat it straight. So that is kind of a nice thing. And it has a mild flavor. It's not a good one if you're going to use it for lemonade or put lemon in your tea or something like that, because it's really too mild. But if you like that subtle mild flavor in a fruit that you're eating, it works really well. And then kind of, we'll come up through this way. And this is one that I did forget to water. and I can't remember if it's, one of them was Ponca and the other one was Primark Freedom. I can't tell them apart. I think that's Primark Freedom. This is Ponca, but I want to swear to it. This is another one of the pomelos. It's not doing very good. It's my oldest pomelo tree I have. This is the other lychee tree, the one I've had for several years, and it's got some lychees on it. There's the small lychee fruit right there. So it's going to make some. Got some over here. It still hasn't set a whole lot of fruit, but you know, and it's getting awful big, taking up a lot of room. This is the longan tree, and it's not doing well at all. I'm hoping it kind of comes out of it. I've kind of gave some extra fertilizer, but it's just not happy. I don't really know why, because that's just not, but the pomelo that's a little bit younger, that's doing better, is over here. It's got 1, 2, 4 pomelo, and these will get this big. And so really, it probably don't need to set any more than that anyway. But this here is a loquat tree. It's a champagne. It had more tartness to it. It's also much bigger than the other loquats that I have, but it's still a good taste. It's got a good flavor in it, but it was a little bit more tart. And then this here is my, and really I ought to give up on these because they never make for me. This is a nectarine tree, and that's what nectarines do. They just collect bugs and go bad on you. So I'm not big on nectarines in this area. I just don't think we can raise them. And then over here we got one other orange, Clementine mandarin, that just isn't doing well. I've had extra fertilizer to it. I don't know if it's pest in the stuff, but it just hasn't done really well. You don't want the leaves like they're looking. So, you know, we'll see how long it hangs on. But then here, it makes me look like I know what I'm doing. And this is the Poncan mandarin. It's the best tasting one that I have. This one, Clementine, has a lot of seeds in it. This one doesn't have as many seeds in it. Got something growing up, but it's got a little bit, some of the little fruits already coming up on them. You know, like I say, those are ripening this fall. And the last one, this is the last of the pineapples that I have, of the ornamental pineapple that's got the stickers on it, because I don't like stickers. I did go to a Master Gardeners. I had the other one, had all the different ones on it, and I just said, hey, we're going to have a drawing. And I said, how many people wanted it? One lady did, and she raised her hand, and they started laughing because I had leather gloves on when I brought it in, because these things, they got stickers all over. And she wanted it, and I loaded it in the car for her, and it's now hers. And she knew she had to bring it in. You know, it's not winter hardy, but they do look pretty. I mean, they're a cute little, you know, if that's what you like. You know, they are kind of cute ornamental, and they will ready reproduce. So I just thought that was going to be big when I bought it. So I paid, you know, $25 or something for that, for one plant. It already had this on it, and I was thinking it's going to get big. And then when I got home, I looked it up and then realized that it wasn't going to get big. But anyway, and I guess one last thing we'll show you is the eggplant. And it's already got the fruit on it. It's about ready to pick. It's just called Japanese long. This is has a better texture to it than what your Black Beauty does. So, and the thing about your eggplant is it kind of takes on the flavor whatever you put it in with. You can kind of mash, you know, if you want to put it in a stew or something like that. It works well for that. But anyway, that's the garden tour for this area right here. And like I said, I'm going to keep trying to go from side to side. That way I can talk a little bit more about each one of them, not trying to rush through everything really quickly, and see how y'all like it better. If there's anything you want me to spend more time on or to talk about, just put down in the comments, and I'll, you know, try to make a video for that. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. Bye. See you later.